I'm going to be introducing you to a whiteboard app called Explain Everything. It's available on Windows 8, Apple devices and Androids. Now I'm using Windows 8 and it's quite new to Windows 8, so the functionalities are a bit basic compared to what you can get on an Apple, but and there's still a couple of bugs that you'll find out as we work through the lesson. But apparently the company who has created it is very, very responsive to queries and complaints, and they're working hard to get it sorted out and to get all the functions in place. So how it would be useful for a flip lesson, I think, is that you could prepare the at-home portion of your flip lesson as though the kids were in a whiteboard. We're looking at a whiteboard from home. Now I'm just going to use the pointer tool to show you. What the kids won't see is any of this stuff down the side and along the bottom. I've got it on a screen capture so you can see the whole thing and see what I'm doing. But if you use this button down here, it just records what you do to each stage as you work through the slideshow. So the first tool I'm going to show you is the hand tool. When the hand tool is highlighted, what we can do is we can shrink and expand and move things around the stage a bit. Now I've got a video on this stage, and the videos need to be imported as MP4s, so they need to be converted from YouTube if you're going to use them, but that's not too difficult. So what I can do is I'm just going to turn the volume on the video down so it doesn't totally overtake me. Is you can watch the video, and because it is an annotation and drawing app, what you can actually do is as the kids are watching the video, you can, you can draw and annotate right on the video. Highlight the hand tool again, stop the video, shrink it back down. First things first, I'm going to get rid of the annotations that I added, and I do that by hitting the delete button over to the left, click on what it is I want to get rid of, and there we go, nice and easy. And now I'm trying to get this video to shrink up and back down here. Now there's different template designs that you can choose from, and I'll show you how to do that just in where you have your slides and the numbers. When you're starting a new presentation, you select the template you want, and it just gives you your background color and the different colors that you can use to write and annotate with. You can also edit your slides. That shows you how to change the positioning of them and that sort of thing, so that's quite handy. You can insert text. Here you go, slide number 2. You can insert text files as PDFs, and so if you have a body of text like this and there's certain things you want the kids to pay attention to, there's a few different ways you can do it. The first one is, if you look over at the toolbar, this one right here is a pointer, so you can actually go through and point to whatever it is you're wanting them to pay particular attention to. You can also use the pen as a highlighter, so if you select the pen tool, go down to where your colors are. I'm going to highlight in yellow, but what I want to do is make it so that it's a bit more transparent. And now I can go ahead and highlight whatever bits of text I need. And just like before, the annotations are quite easy to get rid of. Click back on hand tool, hit the X, highlight what you want to get rid of, and it's gone. Now, one of the problems, what you can add is you can add images, you can add PDF files, you can add pictures that you take from your computer itself, or videos that you make on your computer itself. You can add videos from Facebook, etc. once they've been converted into MP4. But one of the areas that I struggled with and have realized since is still a bug they're trying to work out is you can't insert browsers, so you can't put in links to different articles and such as I've tried to do down here. It just isn't going to work. But again, hopefully, with any luck, they'll resolve that issue fairly quickly. Finally, if you want to draw attention to particular bits of the text, choose a nice bright color, and we can choose different shapes. You could use them for all sorts of things really. If you just hold it down for a little bit, gives you a whole variety of shapes you can use. I'm going to use the arrow because I want it to point. And there's my arrow, and I can swing it around and get it to point to whatever I want it to point to. And when I'm done with it, I can make it go away. Now in the first slide, what I did rather than importing anything, let me just go back, is I used text boxes. So these are just little text boxes that I've made myself. And the way that you do that is the capital A over to the left allows you to pull up a text box. And if you hold it down for a minute, you can see you've got a few different fonts you can use. You can also over here change the size of your font. It's a little bit irrelevant because you can stretch and shrink everything. You can use your magnify button and your rotate button, but again, a little bit irrelevant because you can move everything around in terms of shapes and sizes. So that is the basics of Explain Everything. There's lots and lots of tutorials on YouTube on how to use it, particularly for Apple and Android where it's been around for a little bit longer. And I'm hoping Windows catches up very, very soon. And I hope that you have enjoyed this presentation. Thank you very much.